Alright, hey guys, it is Sunday. Because we hadn't gotten as many videos this week as we should. So we're going to go ahead and do a Sunday full body workout going along with our new way of education. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and be in this workout. If you've never done any of these exercises, make sure, again, you are not using any exterior weights for these movements if you've never done them before. Okay, so you will need a dumbbell if you have done these movements. Now make sure it is a weight that you can handle and keep your correct form while doing so. Okay, so for the first one, it's going to be a bent over tricep extension. So of course you're going to be using your triceps that run along the bottom half of your arm, okay? And then your deltoids. So your anterior deltoid, your lateral deltoid that will run across your shoulder area. Alright, bent over row. You're going to go ahead, have your knees about shoulder width apart, dumbbells in both hands if you've done it before. Okay? You're going to bend at your hips. Okay? So you're going to bend your knees, then bend slightly over so your stomach is kind of touching your thighs. Okay? And then you're going to have your dumbbells curled up like a bicep curl, but instead of going just straight down, you're going to go ahead and go back. Now, there are different variations of this tricep extension. You can do it seated on a bench and then just move it backwards. You can be seated on a bench and pull it above your head, just like you can do that same one standing. You can also do a tricep extension on a bench, but single-armed, and you have one knee, one hand stabilizing yourself on the bench, as the other leg is on the ground and you're pulling your tricep back. Okay? Different variations, but the bent over tricep extension is a good beginner one because then it helps you know how to activate your core throughout it because you are bent over and you want to protect your back when doing so. Okay? So next is going to be a goblet squat. So I'm going to set one of my dumbbells down. For this exercise, you only need one dumbbell or a kettlebell. Again, if you've never done it before, do not do it with an external weight until you have gotten the movement down with just your body weight. Okay? So for this exercise, there are a lot of muscles being worked. Okay? So, of course, when doing this, you're going to be working your external obliques along with your tensor fasciae latae, which runs right here from your hip down into your thighs, okay? Now, the gluteus medius that runs on the side of your glutes. Then, of course, your maximus, all right? Your iliotibial band that runs right underneath your glute and comes around. Okay, not a whole lot of people realize that that band gets worked and that band can get really tight too. Okay, now moving into your quad area right here. Okay, you're going to be working the rectus femoris, okay, your vastus lateralis, which which is on the outer part of your thighs, your medialis, which runs on the inner thigh, and then moving into, going from the medialis in more to the inner thigh is going to be your pectineus, which is on the top inner part of your thigh, okay? It's more near the growing area. And then your adductor longus runs right underneath that, and then further down into the inner thigh is the adductor magnus. All right? Then you're going to go to your gracialis and your sartorius, which runs from your hip down your inner thigh. Okay? Now, and then your sartorius, of course, runs from your hip down to the knee. Now, your submembranosus is right here in your knee area, okay? That's where you're going to be feeling that knee when you squat, okay? A lot of these tiny muscles that people are like, that actually exists, and they have huge words for them, okay? Next, moving down more into your leg, your calf area. You see that big muscle right back here on the top part of your calf. That is going to be your gastrocnemius, okay? And then underneath is your soleus muscle, all right? So, now to show you the movement of a goblet squat. So, there's a couple different ways that you can do it. If this is your first time, go ahead and start with the weight. Your hands clasped right here, or a light weight in between your hands right at your chest area, okay? If you are doing a heavier weight, like a kettlebell or a heavier dumbbell, you're gonna stand straight up towards you, and then when you squat down, you're going to make a triangle around the top of the dumbbell and then squeeze it up. And then squat it back down, tap, and come up. Okay? So I'm going to show you from just having a light weight in your hands and squatting with it. So you have your hands interlocked around the dumbbell. Okay? If it's a bigger dumbbell, unlike this tiny one that I'm using, again, you'll put a triangle with your hands around the top part of it and hold your elbows in and right here in front of your chest. Okay? So, in theory, it is actually working some arm muscles also, but it's not as bad as, say, doing a bicep curl or any other specific arm exercise. You're using this more just to stabilize. Okay? And of course, activate your core, which activates those external obliques. Alright? And squat. Alright, now, next, you want to go ahead and pick up your other dumbbell. Have a dumbbell in each hand for this next exercise. Okay? It's going to be your shoulder raise. Now, we're going to be doing the shoulder raise in two different fluid. So we're going to be doing the shoulder raise in two fluid movements. Okay? So, first, we are going to go ahead when you're going up towards the front of your body, okay? You're lifting it up here. The muscles used are going to be similar for both actions, but there's going to be another, when going forward, you're going to add in another muscle that you're not going to be really using when going out the other way. So, in the front, you're going to be working, of course, that upper pectoralis major because you're going to be squeezing your chest as you come up to help stabilize your arms. Okay? And then, of course, your anterior deltoid runs right here, and then your lateral that runs here. Okay? Then, from the front, you're going to do a swift movement from front, come down, and come out to the side. Okay? You're not really having to use your pecs for the side movement. It's just going to be your anterior and your lateral deltoid. Okay? Now, in order to protect your back throughout this, whenever you start using a heavier weight, you want to make sure you have a nice bend, strong legs in your knees, okay? And of course, you're bringing, instead of sticking your butt out, you want to bring your hips in, squeeze your glutes, okay? Get that bend in your knees and activate that core so that you're really making sure that you're not going to go ahead and throw your back out by doing this movement. A lot of people, what you'll see in the gym when they're doing this, they are going to end up going with a heavier weight. They're going to arch their back. Okay? You don't want to make your back do the majority of the work. The majority of the work needs to come from your arms. Okay? So, with that said, bend your knees, bring your hips in, tighten those glutes, activate the core, and lift forward, come down, lift to the side, and then keep going. As you can see, as I'm doing this, I am staying controlled over my body and my arms. So it's my arms doing the work, not the rest of my body. Alright, so next for this exercise, you're going to go ahead, I'm going to show you if you've never done this exercise before. That means I'm not going to have weight in my hands, okay? In a calf raise, you can have dumbbells on each side of you to make it harder to stabilize your body. That is a more intermediate to expert level in fitness, okay, when doing that exercise. For beginners, I suggest first, if you don't have good balance at all, make sure you are near something like a counter space, a chair, or a wall that you can go ahead and place your hand on it, and as you raise up onto your tippy toes, and then you control back down to your heels, okay? Now, if you've done this before and you're like, I've been using a lightweight, I'm not getting what I want out of this exercise. Okay, fine. Add in the weight, but make sure you are using a weight that you can still keep your body upright and stable while doing so. If you're just going up with the light weight and then automatically falling without any sort of control, drop that weight, okay? You want to make sure that you can control the muscle contractions fully on the way down and up when doing this so that you can actually get that build in your calf. Okay? Now, speaking of what muscles are going to be used, the muscle contractions that you're looking for. Okay? So, I mentioned earlier when doing the goblet squat, we were working on our gastrocnemius. Okay? The gastrocnemius actually has two areas. Now, for the calf raise, you're going to go ahead and be using both the heads of the gastrocnemius, and you're going to use the tendon of the gastrocnemius. Okay? So the lateral head of your gastrocnemius runs on your outer part of your calf. Okay? Down here. The long, excuse me, the medial head will run on that inner part of your calf, and then the tendon is going to go ahead and be in the lower part of the leg, near your Achilles. Okay? It's not a small muscle at all, not a small tendon at all. Okay? And then of course your soleus is going to be worked as well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you from the side so you can see exactly what I'm doing with my body, so you can see if I'm going forward too much or if I'm trying to arch back. Okay? Now, again, you can do this with your feet about hip width apart. Now, to make it really hard on yourself, you can put your feet closer together so that it's harder to balance. Put a slight bend, because you never want to lock out your legs. Okay? Core tight, muscle, glutes tight. Squeeze so your hips are coming in. Okay? And then raise up on your tippy toes. And then slowly, with control, should be a 3 to 5 second hold on your way back down to the ground. Now, if this is the first time you've done this, you may be a little bit more wobbly than I am, okay? And you might shake a little bit more, even if you are activating your core and everything properly. So, when doing that, to make it better, less for yourself, go ahead and take your feet about shoulder width apart. Go ahead and show you. See, my feet are about shoulder width. Okay? And then raise up onto your tippy toes. If you need to, hands out as you come down. Or like I said, do this near a counter space where you can have your hands relax nicely onto about shoulder width. Okay? But the shakiness is not a bad thing either. That means you are working those muscles. You are working even your ankle muscles to where you can start to stabilize and balance yourself and get stronger. The weakest part of our feet is our stabilizing balance muscles. Okay? You want to do easy movements like this so that you can further your fitness expertise into doing things like a single leg deadlift or a single leg push-up, stuff like that, things that are going to throw you off your balance. Okay? Now, going back into our arms, all right? We're going to go ahead and do our bicep curl again this week, because you guys can't really get enough of bicep curls, okay? Alright, so like we've said before, for the bicep curl, the muscles being used are your brachialis, okay? That runs right here on the side of your bicep, okay? Your brachioradialis runs down the lower part into the lower part of your arm, to your forearm, okay? Now, your biceps brachii, you're going to use your long head and your short head for this. So, the long head runs right here on the top when you have it curled, okay? Now, the short head runs right underneath the long, okay? So, take your dumbbells, get your feet about shoulder width apart, give yourself a good bend, core activated, hips brought in to protect our wonderful back, and elbows brought in to our rib cage, okay? Dumbbells are down by your hips, and curl them up to your shoulders, and then come back down slow and controlled. Even with the light weight that I have, okay, these are only 2 pounds, but because I am just controlling the contraction as it comes down, my arms are getting tired because it takes more work to slow down the muscle contraction than to just pump it out and hurry up with the exercise. Now remember, when doing it this way, you are not only building up the muscle, you're going to get better results, but you are also noticing the muscles that are being moved. When you go ahead and just pump out a bicep curl, like you see people in the gym all the time, they just go and do it really fast, right? Arms are swinging, not really controlling anything, okay? You're not getting anything from it. Your muscles aren't getting anything from it. But when you pull your elbow into your rib and you come up and control the action and let your arm do the movement instead of the rest of your body, you are focusing the movement. Okay? Now, last exercise for the day. Okay? We're going to do a shoulder press. Now, we've done the shoulder press again before earlier on this week, but we're going to do a little refresher. Now, muscles used for a shoulder press is going to be your tricep brachii, that's right here on the back of your left arm, okay? Your lateral deltoid, okay, because you're going to be working those shoulders also, and your anterior deltoid. Your upper pectoralis major, because you're going to be doing the push up movement. Your serratus anterior, which runs right underneath your chest, right above your ribs. And then of course, your obliques, your external obliques are going to slightly be used. They're not a major muscle being used, but they are used if doing the exercise correctly. Okay? So, dumbbells, Legs about shoulder width again. Okay, you haven't moved them out of place. Hips forward. Glutes tighten. You want to activate those glutes. I know it's weird. We don't mention using our glutes as much as people think. You typically will in order to help stabilize everything in order to protect your back. Okay? When your glutes are pulled forward, your hips are forward, you're going to help protect your back and it helps activate that core. Okay? So, bring your dumbbells up to your shoulders. Okay? So they're going to be kind of tapping on the top of your shoulder, your deltoids. Okay? Now, push up. And again, when I'm coming back down, I'm going to control it on the way down so that I can actually feel the movement in all of these muscles that we listed. Feeling it in my deltoids, feeling it in my triceps, my serratus anterior, and my obliques. And of course, you're going to feel it in your pectoralis major. And when you are slowing down your movement, it should take about 3 to 5 seconds to come back down to the starting pose. As you can see, it's more of a fast up and then a slow, controlled down. Now again, if you are not a beginner and you are using a heavier weight, make sure it is a weight that you can control like I was doing with your shoulder press. Okay? Now, if you have any more questions on these exercises that we did this week or even a video we did earlier on this week, or an older video, then please go ahead and comment below or message us so that we can go ahead and answer those questions for you. The last thing we want is for you to be questioning the movement and doing it wrong, okay? Also, if you have more time on your hands, we make these workouts so that anybody with little amount of time that anybody has can fit these into their workout, their day, okay? But if you have more time on your hands, then go ahead and combine this video that's a full body workout with some cardio or a core video or whatever. We post those videos up on our YouTube so that you can go back and rewatch as many times as you need to, okay? Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please go ahead and do so that you can see these videos repeatedly all the time. When you look at our other social medias like our Facebook or our Instagram, the videos aren't going to be there forever. Alright, so if you are looking into needing a change up into your training schedule, fitness journey, whatever you call it, then go ahead and send us an email at pnp_2017@yahoo.com or message us through our website at pnpfitness.org so that we can go ahead and get you the information that you want on the different sessions that we carry Like we have our 1 hour session, we have a 30-minute session, and we do have packages that you can pre-order multiple sessions together. Now, during this time that we are in the world, we are only doing virtual training sessions because we are trying to adhere to what the government is telling us by not being in contact with other people. But we still want to help you. Alright? Now, if you've never been a client, remember you will always get a free fitness assessment. So you will have to end up having 2 virtual trainings with us, because a free fitness assessment we go over all of your health questions, all of what you've done in the past, any injuries you may have, and then we take you through some tests to see where your fitness level is at, so we can start you off in the right spot. Alright? Now, then added onto it will be the session that you have already paid for. Okay? Now, if you're looking to go buy a session for a friend, a family member, then please go ahead and let us know whenever you are emailing us about the sessions. Alright? So that we can go ahead and know ahead that it's not for you, but it's going to be for somebody else, and we can get in contact with that person. Alright? I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see y'all later.